Hi, I'm Tina Harris. I'm happy to meet you. I'm also known as Athena Harris, but most people just know me as Tina. So I'm happy to meet you.
Could you tell me a little bit about growing up in Baltimore?
I was born and raised in Baltimore. I've lived 62 of my years here in Greektown. It was originally always called The Hill as opposed to Highlandtown because there was a little rise in the topography. But about maybe 25 years ago, we started calling it Greektown because predominantly there were many, maybe 85% people that lived in this area were all Greek. I went to all Baltimore City school system. The elementary school was right up the street, just across the street from my mom's house. So we played and we learned there. And then we went to the school down by the park, Hampstead Hill. And then I went to Eastern High School, which is also by the Memorial Stadium that is no longer here. Then Hopkins, I went to Johns Hopkins University as well. But everything is around Baltimore. It's everything. The Inner Harbor, I worked in that area. I worked downtown. I just love it. I wouldn't go any other place.
So you would describe your relationship with Baltimore as pretty positive.
Very positive, yes, yes.
And what about your relationship to Greektown?
Ooh. When my parents were married, they had bought a home in Dundalk, which is a little further, about 2 miles away. And when they heard that the Greek church was going to be built, the next day they sold the house. And that weekend they found the house maybe 3 blocks from here. So it's very important, very vital part in our lives to be near the church, to be near our faith, to be near the Sunday school, Greek school, youth groups. That's where my whole life has been. Is in this area. It's just the warmth. It's you see people Easter with their lambs on the spit. Everyone has grape arbors or fig trees. You just feel like you're in Greece. It's just beautiful here.
So how would you describe the culture?
The culture, very, very strong. You'll see a lot. You can smell the aromas of the cooking wafting in the air. You can see the children playing and talking in Greek. Not as much now, but years ago, in the summertime, everybody had their windows rolled down. You could hear Greek music just traveling around as we sat outside. The culture is strong here. Yeah.
What do you think makes Greektown a distinctive neighborhood?
Well, we have a block or maybe 2 blocks of stores that we have the Greek bakery, we have the Greek pastry shops, we have the Greek coffee shops, we have the Greek gift shops, we have the Greek grocery stores, and the main and restaurants as well. We have Zorba's, we have Icaros, we have the Acropolis, Samos is great. A lot of people come from all over. Even the hospital has Greek doctors and nurses and receptionists in order to communicate. It's very, very strong here. The Greek culture is very strong here in this area, particularly.
What are some of your earliest memories of Greektown?
Ooh. My earliest memory was knowing that this structure was not here. Originally, it was a Greek school that was operated by the cathedral downtown. And the population started to increase, so the decision was made to build the church, to construct it. And that's really my first memories. I tell my age though, but that's okay. I was 3 years old when we moved here, and all the neighbors were Greek, and all the neighbors, you walked outside. In fact, my sister, when she went to school, she was told to go outside and play with children because she didn't know English. She knew just Greek. Of course, I was the second child, so I learned from her.
What are your favorite things to do in Greektown?
First thing is eat, because the food is so good. We have the parade. We have the like I said earlier, the restaurants to eat. The church, been in the choir 50 years. I taught Sunday school. I was in the youth group, Bible studies. The whole life is just around here.
What places would you recommend I visit in Greektown?
What places? Of course, you're here at the church. That would be number one. Then we had, like I said earlier, the restaurants, Samos, Acropolis, Icarus is right across the street. Zorba's has a great grill, a lot of nice Greek food. And just to come to a service it's just beautiful. We do have some Greek and mostly Greek, but we do have English in our services. And they're just beautiful. They're just everything. There's a significance to everything. Yeah.
In general, how is Baltimore changing? What are some of the changes that you've seen?
The changes that I see is that, and they're good, they're not bad. Originally, this area was populated by the Finnish, people from Finland. There's a building a block away that we used to call the Finnish Hall. It was a white wooden structure. There were many dances and wedding receptions there. And then our church purchased that property. And now we have a building that we use as a multicultural building that we have wedding receptions and baptisms and bull roasts. Then the other thing is the Greeks came, and they came really strong because of the church. But now it appears that many of our Greek people have moved out to bigger homes and are starting to rent to the Hispanic, which is not a bad thing because I know many great families, but it seems like it's trending towards moving away, and we're trying to repopulate. I know there's several young families that have come back. And of course, we have on the next street the new townhomes, which these houses are selling for $100,000. They're for over $200,000. So whoever's smart would get one of these because they're built better. But yeah.
Are there any stories relating to Greektown that stick out in your mind?
Oh wow. Yes. When we have the resurrection Easter service, everyone empties the church. And we have the service, and we have fireworks, big blown up fireworks. And the priest is chanting, we're singing, and everybody's just looking up into the sky to see the fireworks. And we had the deputy mayor here, and she didn't say a word. She liked them too. Then we all come in, and we continue till about 2:30. And then we have a lamb dinner. We didn't get home till 3, 4 o'clock. Which is okay. It's the largest holiday we have. So, yeah. And our festival is huge. We have 4-day festival. We have Greek dancing, several groups. We have Greek food. We have lots of food and entertainment, various groups. We have dance groups and we have singing groups as well. And we have music going all the time. So that's in June, beginning of June usually. And then the place clears out. Not everybody, but many people go to Greece for the summer. A lot of people still do that. They have family and homes in Greece.
So the connection with Greece in this town is very strong.
Oh yes, absolutely. Oh yes.
How often do you say you visit Greece?
Well, I've been there 7 times. Other people go every summer. I'm not that regimented, but I'd like to go often. I still have friends and relatives there, so hopefully in the near future I'll be going back. Yeah.
How long have you been going to St. Nicholas?
Since it opened its doors. And we just celebrated our 60th anniversary. We had a grand banquet with 500 people, and this was the book, the yearbook, and it has the history of our church. So I've been here since its existence. Yeah.
Besides the St. Nicholas Church, what other institutions here in Greektown do you believe are important to the Greek heritage of this community?
Well, as I said earlier, we have the building, the multicultural building, which is called Greektown. I can't remember the rest of the name, but it's a Greektown Platia, which means it's the area that everybody gathers. We have the Rhodian Society has an organization. People from Peloponnesos, they have a home. We have the Greektown Development Company, which keeps the area clean. We can call them if we have problems. So we have some organization that is typically just for us. So that's good.
Mrs. Harris, thank you very much. That's all.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I think, does anyone have any questions? Because I'd like to ask a couple, if that's all right.
Okay, I forgot the question, to repeat the
Oh,
question.
you did a great job.
Oh, okay.
Really. No, you said beautiful things. I just would like to go a little deeper. Is that
Sure,
yeah.
absolutely.
Is that okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so first, would you mind telling me a little bit about where your family's from in Greece?
Okay. My family, my mother and my father my father was born in West Virginia, but his parents were born in Greece from an island called Chios, C-H-I-O-S, and it's directly across from Athens, but very near the Turkish border. So there are many landmines and lots of protection there, but things have been pretty calm lately. And our villages, which the southern part of that island, manufactures and harvests mastic, which is very medicinal for stomach and for dental work. And it's also, what else? We make liquor, that's good, and we make a spoon jelly that we put in the glass water, yeah. It's only in our places does it that. And it also is called the sweet-smelling island of Chios, and I can attest to that, because when I went to another island, and when I came back, the jasmine, the orange, of everything was just beautiful. You could actually
So you were born in the United States?
Yes.
So in a way you belong to two cultures, just to put it in very
Yes.
basic terms.
Yes.
Could you talk a little bit about like how you define yourself in terms of your identity, America and Greece, and whatever thoughts come to your mind when I...
We were taught nobody's better than the Greek people. You have to stick to your culture. There's nobody, we couldn't have friends that were not Greek when we were young. That's because my mom had come just from Greece and was not familiar with this environment and this society. Then when you go to school, you meet people, and when you go to work, you meet other people. So we were kind of brainwashed, which later on we figured out that it's really not true. But we're called Greek Americans, but I kind of call myself American Greek because I'm an American citizen. I was born here. I love America. I love Greece, but I'm an American. Although inside of me, I shouldn't say this, but we're a different breed to be of first generation, and we're totally different from if I had been born here two generations or had just come. I have a couple best friends who married people that were second, and it's difficult. She's used to cooking differently and living differently, and it's hard. It's very difficult.
Could you talk a little bit about some of the elements of Greek culture that are in your daily life?
Okay. We wake up in the morning and we say our prayers, which I know many people do. We go downstairs, we have our coffee, and our breakfast may be koulouraikia, which is the Greek twisted cookies with cheese, as opposed to cornflakes or whatever. We also have the rusks, the dry rusks. Put a little butter, a little honey on it, and it's perfect. Then we, sometimes we come to church. Sundays we come to church. It's always come to church. And we just live differently. We have the Greek music going on in our cars and in our homes. Our house is filled with icons, as you can see around here. We have many of them. I have a whole wall in a room, top to bottom, of just icons of places I've been to, and then my bedroom's also filled. It's the food is different. We like lots of greens with lemon and olive oil. We like lamb, of course. We have the chicken with lemon and oil again. We love that because that's what we had. Our lemons are huge. So we use what we have. We have wine. We have ouzo, which is delicious. And the bread. The bread is a must on the table. Not sliced, regular Greek bread. I'm sorry.
No. Within this neighborhood, what sorts of cultural traditions do you think one could find here?
Tonight, if you're here by 6:30, 6:45, you'll see women walking up to come to church. They don't drive. They 2 or 3 may come in one group and from the other direction, which is beautiful. I love seeing that. And unfortunately, many of the people that are members of our community live further out, but to see them walking, it feels good. As I said earlier, you'll see the women sweeping all the time and cleaning which a lot of people don't own brooms anymore, which I realized. But we all have brooms, we all have our cleaning utensils. They're very proud of their homes and of their cars, very proud because this is theirs. They left homes and they purchased these homes and they're in America. And that was a lot of people's dreams. And they made it. They have children who've become educated, and they're very proud of that, extremely proud. The neighborhood, the streets are in alphabetical order. So from Lehigh to Umbra, many Greeks are still living here. They still maintain their homes. They still maintain their fig trees and grape arbors, and it's just beautiful, yeah.
Would you talk a little bit more about? Yeah. Okay. I'm interested in what you mentioned earlier about this, the changes that are going on and have, been going on for decades within Greektown. Would you talk a little bit more about that and your feelings about it?
Okay. I'm more global. I'm not as narrow-minded as I mentioned earlier, that we have to be Greek. We have to have all the Greeks. There are beautiful people out there that we just don't know. And some of the people don't want to reach out because a lot of the people have never bothered to learn the language or to read or write. Many people, if you know, I don't know if you can see it here, have the dish with the Greek televisions. One lady said one day, "It's going to rain. Sun's shining." She's talking about Greece. And because she was listening to the Greek weather forecast, and I'm thinking, wow, how people are so ingrained and they would rather watch the news from Greece than what's going on in their own neighborhood. I find that tough to understand, but the people are they can be very friendly. I think you've got a little taste of that. People can really reach out to you. But a lot of the people they're just very to themselves. There's one culture that I know, they don't talk outside of their family, out of their nuclear family. And I'm thinking, wow, that life has got to be boring. You have to see people, like people, and talk to them. I'm very open, as you can see. But
how about the businesses in this neighborhood? Have they been changing?
Yes.
Ownership?
Well, no, not ownership. Once somebody opens, it tends to stay. But the big stores, the major stores, but the specialized stores, the Greek stores, we had 2 that had record CDs, but I think all of that is gone out the window now. But you can find the Greek magazines, the Greek newspapers. The one closed because one gentleman who owned it has gotten old and he's lost his sight. But I think it would still be open if he were still healthy. We have the restaurants, but along Eastern Avenue, you can see that there are a lot of Hispanic stores, Hispanic bakeries and grocery stores, which I think it's fine with me. It doesn't bother me because everything has to change. We have changes in our life. Everything doesn't stay stagnant. And I think that's what disappointed a lot of the people here, that it's not what it was. Life changes.
You know, you were mentioning about this idea of repopulating.
Yes, yes. There are several people who have come back, young couples, because they know that this is their roots, that they're close to the church. They can send their kids to Greek school and then to Sunday school and to the youth groups. And that's really what it's all about, to be in the, we walked we were 10 years old, we walked to Greek school, 3 blocks. But we did it, and 2 or 3 of us would go together. Yeah, yeah.
I'll leave it open. Does anyone else have any questions or feel that there's something that you'd like to know more about? Anyone that you'd like to ask Athena about? Could you maybe talk a little bit about the role you play here in the church?
Okay. My role was very limited up to 15 years ago. I've always been in the choir over 50 years, and I've been in the Ladies Benevolent Society. We have fundraisers, and when people don't have food or don't have money to pay their utility bills or hospital bills or medical, we've even buried several people through the years. I've been a member of that, and I've also been on the board of that. But recently, I've been on the bylaws committee to redo the bylaws of our church. I'm on the audit committee now, and I'm on the election committee. So I have more time, and I'm also writing. I write for the ladies group or for whoever needs writing, and I translate as well for them, and I type it up. So that takes up some time. The choir is what I really love, because now we're very busy, and every Sunday, of course, except for the summer, we have the summer off. I've been in the youth group. I've been a Sunday school teacher for a couple of years, but then I went back to choir because it's in my heart. And whenever anybody needs anything, like when Father needs something and he'll call me up, I'm always able to available. Now, whether I can produce what anybody needs is another story, but I like helping. I like doing a lot of work for the church.
Great.
Yeah.
I think one of my last questions, maybe 2 more, if that's all right.
That's fine.
If there are any issues in Greektown, what do you feel that they are, whether positive or negative?
The issues, I would think, is parking, because when these homes were built, there was 1 family car. Now you have husband, wife, children. That's an issue. And we own this parking lot across the street, and yet some of the other establishments use it as their parking lot, which is okay until we have a major wedding or a big service, and then there's a problem. Really, the cleanliness is there. People are respectful. I don't see any other issue. I really don't.
Okay, my last question then would be, what do you see as the future of Greektown?
The future of Greektown, I see as it's slowly re-emerging into the nucleus of the Greek. Now, the other issues, we have 4 other churches in the area, so people have a choice. We're not the only church. So, but I think we're going to probably try to expand and build a larger church, because many people, if you notice, that brick building, that brick wall was it when we built the church. It was just the brick and half of this hallway where the offices are. And slowly we've purchased the garage here. We have the market, which is over there, the parking lot. We have the ladies group that I've talked about. We own the home on the corner, and it's sort of like a Ronald McDonald House. So when people come with medical needs for surgery or for second opinions, they have to be recommended by a physician, and to a certain time. It's only $25 a day, just a token. And it's near the church, it's near Hopkins, it's near bus line, taxis. So many people, there's a family in there now, I believe. They come from everywhere, Ireland, Switzerland, not just Greek families. We do have Greek, but they come from all over. And we also have that building I was told you, a block over. So we're making a presence here. And we hope to have a learning center as well very soon. So we're trying to come back.
Well, great. If there's nothing else anyone wants to ask, this is the
Unless
time.
there's something you would like to add.
I'd like to commend you for having an interest in our Greektown and our church. This is the focal point of the Greek community. Someone had mentioned the school, but I don't see that. I think the church is where, if you come Monday or Wednesday, these pews are filled with parents who have brought their children to Greek school. And it's beautiful to see. We've had 35 to 40 children. We have over 100 now. It's building up, which is what I'm saying. It's starting to come back, which is good. But thank you so much for your interest and your time.
Excellent. We're done.
Okay.
Thank you.
I say a lot. I'm sorry about that.
No, beautiful interview. Right to the point.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Easy, right?